Hi, this is Cassie McCoy with the NEA and Master Teacher Project, and today I'm reviewing Actively Learn, which is online, activelylearn.com. Basically, it's a way to upload texts and make them more interactive for students. What you're looking at now is the home page. Once you sign in, you have a classes area and a workspace area. Adding classes is really, really easy. You just hit add class, you name it, put in a term, and it will give you a code, and then your students just have to log in to Actively Learn, enter that code, and they're automatically added to your class. So there's not a lot of work for teachers on that end. The workspace section is where you kind of create your texts and add questions and do whatever you want with them. You can add text down here through the directory. They have tons of free titles. You can add it from a website, so anywhere you find plain text, you can just link that and it'll upload for you. Or you can upload a PDF. I have not used the PDF because you can't always put questions right where you want them to be, which annoys me. So I stick to the top two, which are great options. There's also this add quiz. I have not added quizzes yet. This is a newer feature that I have not played with, but I'm sure if it's anything like the rest of the system, it's amazing. You'll notice that these are color-coded. When you upload your text, you choose a grade level and you choose a type of text, and it will coordinate what Common Core standards you're working with. So this is 1112, and it is fiction. So we have the reading literature standards pulled. Once you upload your text, it will be plain, and then you have the power to add in links wherever you want to do anything you're going to highlight. You can insert questions, that's like these down here, notes to the side, or links, like this Yukon Trail link. I love that because it's Common Core aligned to have, like, this is a fiction text, but it's important that I pair this with nonfiction informational texts so that students get like a greater breadth of knowledge. With my discussions, or I say discussion, but my notes that I insert, you can insert notes that are, like mine are color coded. I'll show you that quick. So it's either a question that I have for students, a question about vocabulary, an explanation of some reading content, or connection to the text. This kind of falls with the reading apprenticeship framework that I use. So I color code mine. You don't have to. You can add almost anything. Let me show you some notes here. I use it sometimes to model reading strategies, what I'm thinking, and granted, sometimes I'm thinking, like dumb things, but students like that, and I've reported, like reacted positively to that because they can see what other readers have going on inside of their head. Additionally, you can add video, you can add pictures, you can add pretty much anything. So the sky's kind of the limit there. Additionally, this is what originally attracted me to the feature or to the system. You can add these questions, and when you add a question, when you're adding it itself, it will pre-populate the standards that you can pick from, and it lets you set a difficulty level, and that's kind of subjective, I would say. You can do short answer or multiple choice. You can add media with these questions. They're awesome. Why I like them, students cannot continue reading until they answer that question. That's number one, why it's awesome. Number two is that depending on what standard you link it with, at the end, after you grade them, it will like generate a mastery level for each student for each standard, which is wonderful. Grading's super easy. I can show you briefly at the end. Additionally, after students have answered, they can see their peers' answers, and it has like and dislike. Obviously, students disliked my question. It happens. But they can also like their peers' responses as well. Students have the power to insert discussion, questions, comments. They can insert red flags if they're having problems with a certain section. So it actually really does make reading interactive. One last thing, I do want to show you the grading. Since I have student names and everything else, I'll show you what I did for my school improvement day here. So in this one, I added information. Oh, that one's ugly. Hold on. It's the turtle. I added marked up my text just like I normally would, and you just mark it up one time and then you drag it into each class. So it's just a once and done thing. When you go to grade anything, you just hit grading, and then you can sort it by question number, students, if it's graded or ungraded, so it's quick and easy to grade. And then your answers are populated with 1 through 4 or 0, and they're all aligned to a rubric that is again aligned with the standard that you align the question with. So it's really, really Common Core aligned, and I love that. And when you're all done, if I had students in this class, you would see when I hit that little chart, it's going to show each student's name down here and the standard, and it will show you in color form how skillful they are with that particular standard. So this is wonderful, great for sharing data, great for getting data, and I love it. So definitely try it out.